I came out of Nintendo World without a fear in the world. I came out of Nintendo World feeling unstoppable. I don't know what came over me. Good morning, it's Universal Studios Japan Day! Hello everybody, I am very excited to walk you through this day. This is another one of my favorite days from Japan. I had the best time ever this day. So as you probably already gathered from the intro, I spent this day in Universal Studios Japan, which is in Osaka, which was actually the very last city that I visited while I stayed in Japan for 3 months. So I'm going to take you through the day. I went completely by myself, and I had a wicked time by myself in Universal Studios. I'm not gonna lie, like I could take advantage of all the single riders queues. I could just kind of choose what I did the whole time. I had a lot of fun. From the blue skies, you're probably thinking, wow, what a beautiful day. Yes, it was a beautiful day. It was like 4 degrees. I don't know why, but the final week I was in Japan, all of a sudden the temperatures all just dropped significantly. I had like a thermal long sleeve top on, a t-shirt and jeans, and that was it. I didn't have a jacket or a hoodie or anything on. My oh my, I was cold. I walked in and it was unbelievable. Also, I got in really quickly. No surprise there. The queuing systems were very efficient. I had to go on the app to book a slot for Nintendo World. I haven't even mentioned Nintendo World yet. Right, yeah, so the main reason that I wanted to go to Universal Studios Japan was Nintendo World. Duh. But for Nintendo World, when I went, you had to book a time slot to go in. I got in and immediately went on the app because I was so scared that I was not going to get a slot into Nintendo World. Anyway, I got through, came up, and a slot for like, I think it was 11:30 a.m. came up, and I was like, oh, perfect. The first thing I did when I was there was I went on a roller coaster ride. Wow, Universal Studios, and I went on a roller coaster ride, who would have thought? I went on this one. This one here was 2 different rides. There was like a forward ride called Hollywood Dream, and then a backwards ride. This ride was similar to the Rip and Rocket roller coaster in Universal Studios Orlando, if you know what that is. Also on that ride you can pick your own song, so it was similar on this one, and it was basically the same concept as the Riptide roller coaster rocket, except it was backwards, so you couldn't see where you were going. I was real intrigued by that. I think I must have gone into the queue for this at about 9 a.m. The queue was so long. Also, the queue for this was in complete shade. It was so cold. I made the mistake of putting all my stuff into a locker before going onto the ride, because I didn't realize that basically all the rides in Universal Studios Japan, they have lockers or like bits where you can put your valuables right next to the roller coasters for most of the rides. I think I must have queued for almost 2 hours in that queue, and I was cold and I didn't have my phone and I didn't have anything, and but the ride was great, and you got really cool views of the park on that ride as well. The song that I picked was Taylor Swift, Shake It Off, so that just made everything better, didn't it? By the time I had queued 2 hours for this and done the ride and got my stuff back from the lockers, it was time for Nintendo World. So it ended up being good timing. Universal Studios Japan was way busier than Universal Studios Orlando was. When I went, I know that I went at maybe a less busy time. The Japan one, I went in December. I didn't think it would be that busy in December, but it was incredibly busy. Here is the entrance to Super Nintendo World, and then you walk through this green tunnel. There's all the like game sounds and the do 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 do. Oh, I'm having so much fun looking back on this, guys. Wow, you come out into it was so cool, guys. It was the coolest thing ever, and it was just amazing. Like everything 3D, and like because it was also a beautiful blue sky day, it looked even more cool. The moving coins, the moving like piranha head things, the moving toadstool things. The thing is, it's quite like a small area. As you can see, it was very crowded. And this was at 11:30 in the morning. What I liked about the Nintendo World was that everyone was wearing Nintendo. There was Yoshi's, there was Toads, all the headgear everywhere. Also in Nintendo World you could get this watch thing that you could buy, and you could like punch blocks and you would get points on your watch thing. I never got one, but I enjoyed watching kids do it. That sounded weird. Obviously I had to go on the ride in Nintendo World. Can't remember the name of it, but it was like a Mario Kart ride in this big Bowser castle. And I went into the single rider's queue because this one had a single rider's queue and it said it would take 55 minutes. I swear I was only in that queue for like 20 minutes. But they gave you this really cool Mario Kart racing hat thing, which here's me showing you it. Wow, cool. You literally went into these Mario Kart things. I think it was like 4 people to a Mario Kart. It was basically a ride, kind of like the shooting rides. If you've been to Orlando, Florida, think like Men in Black, the Toy Story one. So the ride was really cool. It felt like you were actually playing Mario Kart. Basically you had to shoot out, what are they called? Like the mushroom things, the shell things. You shot those shell things out. And it was 3D as well. Different characters shooting out banana peels. And then for like the last wee bit of the ride, it was like the rainbow track and everything was sped up. You know when you like go through something on Mario Kart and it speeds you up? It was like that, and it was like all rainbow, and it was like, oh, it was like, I imagine that would be what being on crack would feel like. Even though I don't know what that feels like and I don't endorse it, but it was unreal. That ride was so much fun. But after that you come out into a shop, as they sneakily do. It came out to the Mario Kart shop, and this is where I spent quite a bit of time. I just wanted to buy everything. I don't know what it was, but I wanted to buy everything. I tried on... Can you hear the police? We'll just let them. In the shop, I tried on several different headgear. Comment below what your favourite headgear was. I had a lot of fun trying on all these different head accessories. I won't lie, I was literally in the shop for probably near about an hour. I'm not even joking, like it was kind of ridiculous. So yeah, I was having a good old time, and I'm not gonna lie, that Toad hat thing was in my basket for a long time before I eventually ended up taking it out near the end. I was like, hey, you can't buy all of this. I probably had like £200 worth of stuff in my basket. I put some of it back, but I still spent quite a bit. Also, they had Christmas decorations. I wanted to buy it all. Buying a few things from that shop, and then I came out and what did I see? Lo and behold, I saw another shop, and this was a bigger shop, a bigger Mario shop. So I went into this shop and I saw these fleeces. I was absolutely freezing, so I was like, I'm getting this fleece. You're coming home with me. I look back now and I'm gutted that I didn't get the Mario one for Mark. Why did I not pick up the Mario one for Mark? My only regret from that day is not buying the Mario fleece for Mark. That would have been a couple goals. Can you imagine us walking around Scotland with those fleeces on? Iconic. Oh, I should have worn the Luigi fleece. Hold on, I'm gonna go get my Luigi fleece. Right. We back. Kind of smells of smoke because I bought it at my friend's house and she had a fire pit. But this is the Luigi fleece. I love it very much. Definitely my best purchase that day. I was planning on getting like a hoodie or something, but then I saw this and I was like, this is what I'm buying. I also bought Mario socks as well because my feet were freezing. And I came out of the shops and who did I see? I saw Mario and Luigi just chilling. Definitely gave me a little cap nod to me because he could see that I was wearing the Luigi fleece, obviously. And then around the corner I saw a Toad. Don't just chilling. He saw the Canon G7X and he knew that he was on camera, and he put on a show. He was definitely posing for me. So here's me in tones, just chilling. Guys, I can't explain how happy I was in Nintendo World. There was no happiness quite like it, to be honest. And by this point, I was like, right, I need food. Also, I was like, I'm not done spending money in Nintendo World yet. So I looked around and I saw Yoshi's Snack Island. There was nothing vegan. There was a vegetarian option, and I was very excited about the fact that there was a vegetarian option. Being vegan here is not a thing. Plant-based options aren't really a thing in Japan, and they especially weren't a thing in Nintendo World or in Universal Studios in general. So whenever I saw a vegetarian option, I was like, oh, I need to get it. So I got the vegetarian option. It was basically like the shell things that you threw out in the Mario Kart game. It was a very weird concept, but I was like, kind of iconic, we need to get it. And it was basically like a steamed bun with cheese, spaghetti and tomato in it. I'm not gonna lie, it hit the spot. It was delicious. It was also really hot as well, so oh, it was good. Here's me putting on my socks. My feet were definitely a bit warmer after that. Walked around a bit more, saw Luigi and Mario again. Said, hey, what's up to those boys? Hung out with them for a bit. And then we left Nintendo World. I really did not want to leave Nintendo World, but I was like, hey, you've got the whole rest of the park to see, so go and see it. So we left Nintendo World. I left £150 down, I think, but you know what, no regrets. I just bought a bunch of things, really. So needless to say, I came out of Nintendo World on an absolute high. I walked out of Nintendo World and I saw the big Jurassic Park ride. When I initially came into the park, I was like, I'm not doing that ride, because basically it's an upside down ride. There's two types of rides I won't do. Upside down rides, and basically by upside down rides, I mean rides where they'll like hold you upside down. I'm not doing that. I don't mind going upside down for a little bit, but if they hold you upside down, no. I'm not doing it. And then also drop rides. Ones in water parks where they like drop you. I'm not doing them either. Those are the two rides that I won't do. And basically this Jurassic Park ride was kind of like an upside down ride. It was called the Flying Dinosaur. Holds your body parallel to the ground, and it like twists you about and loops you about, and like it looked mental, right? But the scariest part was the fact that it literally holds you parallel to the ground. So the only thing holding you is like, obviously the, what do you call it? Hoist. What do you call it? The shoulder, the thing that goes over your shoulders on roller coaster rides. That, and then like a couple straps holding your legs in. That was the only thing holding you. You were on the ride like this, and like basically your body's just like dangling there, pretty much. Held on by this, what is it called? You're only hold on to the ride by this. And there's all these twists and turns and loop-de-loops, and it looked mental. And when I first saw it and walked past it, I was like, there is no way on this earth that you're getting me to do that ride. I'm not doing it. I'll just miss it. There's plenty loads of other rides. I'm not doing that ride. I came out of Nintendo World without a fear in the world. I came out of Nintendo World feeling unstoppable. I don't know what came over me, but I was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna do that ride. I'm gonna do this upside down ride that I said I would never do, but we're gonna do it because we're here and you only live once. And what's the worst that'll happen? So I ended up going into the queue for the Flying Dinosaur ride, and I was nervous, but I was also really excited. And also I was kind of like, Katie, what are you doing? Again, there was a single rider's queue, which said it would take 70 minutes. I think it maybe took like 45 minutes. Somehow, I don't know how, I think the world knew that I was like being an extra brave big girl and really wanted to like challenge that energy. When I got to the front of the single rider's queue, they were like, okay, yeah, next, oh, go into number 1. It was rows of 4, and there was 3 girls in row number 1, and I was put to row number 1. Do you know what row number 1 is? Row number 1 is the front of the roller coaster. Number 1 is the front of the roller coaster. I was at the front. I was on an upside down, I know I keep saying that because it's not technically upside down, but I was going on a ride that I said I wouldn't go on, that was going to hold my body parallel to the ground, and I was absolutely crapping my pants about that. And I was put at the front of the roller coaster. What? See, when I realised I was at the front of this roller coaster, I looked at number, I was like, what have I done? I have made a severe lapse in my judgment here. So I went on it and oh my goodness, it was terrifying. So obviously when they strap you in, you're like sat upright like a normal roller coaster, and they put the shoulder thing that I can't remember the name of on you. They strap your legs in, and then all of a sudden the floor beneath you vanishes. So your legs are just kind of dangling there. And then all of a sudden you're sitting upright. So imagine this is me sitting upright, right? All of a sudden the seat just goes boop, and your body's just kind of like dangling there parallel to the ground. Oh my God. The ride hadn't even started yet. The seat had just gone like that, and I was like, oh my God. Oh, you know what? That roller coaster ride was enough. I'm ready to get off now. And you're just dangling there. You're just dangling there parallel to the ground. And then the ride started, and oh my word. Terrifying, but it was unreal. I'm so happy I did it. It was so much fun. And I felt so good afterwards. I was like, Katie, that was so much fun. Why did you not want to go on this ride? You literally conquered it. I came off that ride feeling like I could do anything. I was like, Katie, no matter what life throws at you, you can do anything. And that is just an undescribable feeling, to be honest with you. I was on a high after Nintendo World, and then after this ride I was on an even more high of a high. I was just very high without being actually high. It was incredible, and I was very windswept after this ride, obviously. But I was also very happy. So after this point I walked around a bit. I walked over to like the Minion kind of area, but then I realized that the ride in the Minion area was the same as the ride in Universal Studios, so I was like, there's not really much point in doing that. I was like, right, I'm just going to try and do the ones that I haven't done before, because there was also the Jurassic Park river ride, which you have in the normal Universal Studios. Is it Universal Studios? No. Islands of Adventure. There was also Amazing Spider-Man, and there was another couple ones that were similar to Universal Studios / Islands of Adventure Orlando. And the Minion World was really cool, although I didn't really understand why Minions was such a big thing, but I guess it is. Walked around the park a bit. The sun was kind of going down and it was getting chilly by this point. This is the backdrop one, by the way. So I went to Harry Potter World, which was very busy as well. I would say the busiest kind of areas were Nintendo World and Harry Potter World. It was very similar to Harry Potter World in, I think it's Islands of Adventure, that has the castle, but it was kind of like a combination of both. There was like the alley bit, and then it kind of led up to the castle. What I found cool about the one in Japan was that the castle overlooked this big black lake thing, and I thought that was really cool. It was chilly, so I picked myself up a butterbeer, and I picked myself up a warm butterbeer. So I never tried it warm, I tried it cold in Orlando because it was peak. Well, it wasn't peak summer, it was May, but it was hot. Here, it was quite the opposite, it was cold, so I tried it hot, and I think I preferred the butterbeer hot. It was delicious. And they had similar rides to the Orlando one. They had the Forbidden Journey, I think it's called, which I think is the one that I ended up going on. I don't know, there was a couple of different rides, and there was one I went on and there was one that I didn't go on, but it was fun. By this point it was getting darker. It was also getting really cold, so I was like, let's go on the Space Fantasy ride because it's an indoor roller coaster. I would say that this ride was really similar to Magic Kingdom's, is it Magic Kingdom? I think it's Magic Kingdom's Space Mountain, the like indoor spacey roller coastery thing. This one was really similar to that. I was very logical about this because I actually had walked past it earlier that day and was like, no, we're going to go into that later in the evening when it's colder. because the inside, indoors, will hopefully be warmer. So I was smart. See? Not just a pretty face. So I did the Space Fantasy ride and it was a lot of fun. I really liked the Space Fantasy ride quite a lot. I think I maybe preferred it to Space Mountain, but it was very similar. I came out of that ride and it was dark. Went over to like, I can't remember what it was called. It was like the Wonderland area, which had a bunch of like Elmo and like Snoopy and Hello Kitty. That was cool to see. And then I was like, hey, I want to go back to Harry Potter World at night time because I feel like it would be a cool place to see at night. So I went back to Harry Potter World in the dark and I was right. It was way cooler at night time, can I just say, because it was all lit up and like the train and just the vibes. Castle was also very cool at night time to see. And that was that, and I basically just walked around the park a bit more. Eventually I called it a day. I then headed on my way out. I think I went into one more shop. And then I headed out and headed back home. I was gonna get food in the park, but it was like really long waits and really long queues for everything. So I was like, you know what? We're just gonna go back to the hotel and get a 7-Eleven special. Hi. I'm back. Didn't end up getting food, so we went for a 7-Eleven special. I'm trying this for the first time. Croquette, which is potato croquette with sauce in a bun. Sounded interesting. We have green onion and miso triangle thing, and also a sweet red bean paste in a pancake. And I got some milk tea. Yes, I'm gonna eat that now. Cool. We're gonna try the sweet red bean paste and pancakes. This is a little sticky. This is what she looks like. She's got red bean paste in there. Cheers. Pretty good. I like the red bean paste. Oh, it works well in pancakes as well. Can you see? Wash it down with milk tea, innit? Splendid. I was just very happy this day. I was very cold, but very happy. And this was also one of my final days in Japan, and I'm really kind of glad that I left it to near the end because it really just kind of rounded off my Japan experience really nicely. Yeah, I had the best day ever. So moral of the story, if you want to go to a theme park and you don't have anyone to go with, just go alone because it was fun. My favourite ride was definitely the Jurassic Park one, but it was closely followed by the Mario Kart one and then Backdrop. But yeah, it was really fun and I'm so glad I went. And also, guys, the Japan videos are almost at an end. There's one more video to go and it's me essentially leaving Japan. I really hope that you've enjoyed the Japan videos. It was a special little era of my life, and I'm sad it's over. I miss it a lot. Yeah, we're back in Scotland now. I appreciate you all very much. Thank you for watching.